We now take you live to the Freedom Internet Radio Studios in beautiful Hayden, Kentucky. And here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Hello, folks. Good evening. I hope you join me this evening, as I'm pretty rarely peed off after being so quiet for like a whole month, and from all the finance BS that I've been through here lately, just trying to make this little operation succeed and do what it needs to do, and nothing has worked as of late. But I mean, it's got to get better. I mean, it's got to. It's just something that goes with it, I guess. For one, my all my websites, well, most of my my major websites, yeah, they've been down for a month. Um, Not only that, um, I hate to be all personal and mention like things that's going on in my personal life, but my better half, she has been sick for the last 50 some days, probably going on almost 2 months. Um, so I've been dealing with that. I've been taking just as good care of her as I could, but you know, gotta do what you got to do. Um, then, well, I don't know, so much happened in October that by the time that the back shooting rolled around, oh my God, I wasn't in shock at first, because I'm pretty used to hearing about all this devastation, all this tragedy, all these shootings and whatnot, this and that. But after doing some research and finding out a lot of facts, or so-called facts, well, yeah, facts, if you want to call, like, yeah, if you want to consider the videos that have been uploaded to YouTube and to bid.me, there's actually a video on bid.me of like somebody going around in the big field where all the bodies were after they killed all these people now, and like getting right up face to face with these bodies, taking pictures of them. I'm not sure who this person was, what 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 their intentions was, what they were doing, but yeah, um, they they definitely had something going on that night, and I know it, and it got bigger than what probably anyone could ever really imagine. Um, I've heard a lot of stuff. I really don't know what to believe when it comes to everything that I've heard recently. Um, and I'll tell you something, folks. There's so much disinformation out there. You have to be skeptical, okay? No matter where you get your information from, who it is, where it's coming from, whether it's any type of media, any type of information on the internet, especially that information that is, you know, like you don't know where this information is coming from. You just gotta watch what you believe, okay? And I'll tell you something. It's no damn wonder that and actually, it's all really probably by design. Everything that's going on, it's just a big plan. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. Okay, this is nothing but a plan, nothing but a program that we're living. Um, we're we're like lab rats. Um, we're constantly being tested on whether we know it, or not. No matter if it's an election, no matter if it's some damn survey that you do online, no matter if it's TV ratings, no matter if it's surveillance through social media, the internet, your smart devices and your smart TVs and yeah, Alexa, um, folks. I'll tell you what. I, I've really been. I've missed doing the show so much, but I don't know. Like, not only have I been dealing with a lot of financial burden. Um, I had to take the sites down. I wasn't even really breaking even. Um, to tell you the truth, I've not broke even one month since I've started doing this stuff. Okay. Um, I've sold very few products, but I think I've got a better plan this time, and I'm gonna take things a lot slower as far as like um as far as like huh, making sure I got audio here. Hey, I don't know. I don't like that though. I really don't. But you know, just gotta roll with the punches, I guess. But now I cannot figure out why this microphone is not working when I plug it up. Um, just something other all the time. actually trying to record with multiple devices tonight, and maybe I thought I could go back and do some editing, and maybe there, I know I've got audio going now, but I wanted to go back and like do some editing and like maybe switch up the camera views here and there. Maybe add a little graphic design here or there, whatever. There's a lot that I could do with a live broadcast too, if I had a little bit more equipment, a little bit more help, manpower. But I'll tell you what, out of everything, every little thing that's happened through October, tonight, just before going on air, I'd already written out my description for the show. Pretty much had everything, going on up here that I wanted to talk about and put out there. Kind of my opening monologue. Tell y'all what's been going on, where I've been, this type of thing. But I'll tell you what, I have never been more disgusted by what was said on the air today on a popular show. And it wasn't nobody but Alex Jones. Of all people, Alex Jones. I mean, I won't go as far as to say that I ever really looked up to Alex Jones, because I don't know. I don't believe a lot of what he says. I agreed with a whole lot of what he says. As crazy as that sounds, but he just like goes off on these rants sometimes, and you can't. It's like no person with any common sense would get on the air and say the stuff that this guy says. And I'm not even talking about his conspiracy theory mumbo jumbo and that, or some of the series that they have. Yeah, I'm not even talking about nothing like that, but like, just like what he said today, though. I mean, I have never heard him or anybody else say anything more disgusting in my entire life. Just made me sick. I'll put it to you like that. I'm gonna play the clip here in just a minute. This computer loads. I got a hell of a lot going on, but I'm trying to work it around anyway. But Yeah, if I just had some help a little bit, I'm not complaining or nothing, but when it comes to just like everything that Alex Jones has said on his show over about the past 2 years that I've listened to it, off and on, of course. I'm not a huge listener, but I admit I listen to it pretty often. Um, I've ordered products from Infowars.com, and the thing about that was I was like try new vitamins and nutraceuticals and this and that. This is when I began to like put all the things that have been dragging me down all these years behind me. At least, for the most part, when it comes to stuff like that. And I really I've grown up these past, I don't know, 3 to 4 to 5 years more than I probably have my entire life. Um, but I've been awake a lot longer than anybody I ever know. Um, I got very few friends in this world that I actually talked to when I first took the red pill, and I didn't even know I was taking a red pill. I didn't. I just had a thought one day like, hey, what if that was like that, and like that other thing was like that, and like that was the other thing that just happened was a big lie, and that's just a big bunch of BS. That's what they want you to. Man, I didn't need no Infowars. Okay, I've got a brain. First of all, at the time, Alex Jones was somebody that needed financial support, somebody that was fighting for me. For me, he was fighting for me now, folks. And I'll tell you what, my friend John, he messaged me right before I went on there tonight. Well, before I meant to go on there. This was before everything changed. What I was talking about a while ago. Like, okay. And he starts telling me how Alex Jones was like on the show today. He said about 10 minutes in, talking about actions, comparing us to inbred Muslim, radical Muslim terrorist. Okay. Now, let me just shut up and play this clip because sitting here talking about it don't serve it justice. Um, he did nothing through this whole rant but talk about people having sex with their mommy and just all this, the nastiest, most vile stuff that you could imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to hear that? Okay, and let me tell you something. No, no, I'm gonna save it because it don't do it justice, folks, until you hear what he said on on the national airways. This is a guy who wants to sell you products now that's to help you at the so-called cheapest available prices. And let me tell you something, folks. They're not they run sales on Infowars show or InfoWarsStore.com all the time, but when they're not on sale, like a bottle of DNA Force is like $180. They're on sale right now for I think 150. I mean, come on, man. You can get BioTrue Selenium Walmart brand for like $5 or $10 for real. I mean, it ain't. And I've done my homework on this, folks. I'm not here to make no outrageous claims and all this. That the Infowars brand has got like double the milligram and all this, but like I said, they're charging $180 a bottle when you can get the same stuff for like 10, $20 from Walmart. Really? We'll go ahead and play this clip though. It's it's bugging me. It really is. Let me back it up. You need to hear about. Surely need to hear about 5 minutes. I'm gonna answer this phone.
The exact spot where bicyclers were run over by a cowardly sack of garbage that would have probably killed hundreds, like we saw in Nice, but 89 dead, hundreds wounded. If a police
give me about 5 minutes, I'll
started
message you.
firing on him within 10 seconds,
Alright.
that guy's running over people. That's on purpose. Boom, 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 and then got him. Or he probably would have killed just like.
Okay, he's whatever happened articles about this. I'm kind of clueless. I've seen his picture. I don't know exactly what he did. I don't even know. Okay, don't even know. But just listen. Just listen. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just listen.
In just one of the many attacks in France, what was it, 89? Including children, 3-4-year-olds running like something out of the original Mad Max. Just running over babies, running over toddlers. Screaming, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, like a retarded hound dog. And, oh, he was a refugee on one of the, quote, diversity visas that the UN runs via UNESCO. Cultural enrichment's what it's called. It's not a joke when we call it that. Under UNESCO and the UN, it controls our State Department until now. And then we admit to the whoever they say. Is that not global government? Look at this deranged, inbred lunatic. That's why there's so much illness from those rural areas of Uzbekistan and Afghanistan and other areas where this lunatic came from. And again, numbers are there. There is more than a 35,000% higher instance of birth defects in individuals from those regions that come from small towns. And they are crazy. Just like royalty in Egypt or royalty in England would become completely insane. You know, most of Queen Elizabeth's sisters had to be locked up in mental asylums for the rest of their lives.
Okay, I'm gonna end right here. I don't care what he says about the Queen and all the royalty being inbred and stuff. That's on public record. Everybody knows that. That's common knowledge. Okay, if you don't know that, you're some local idiot, dumb. But hey, you wait, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, stuck his foot in his mouth. He talked out of his ass today. Let me tell you something. I'm a hillbilly, okay? If there's anybody in this world that's a hillbilly, it's me. But hold on, just
usually out of 5 or 6, they get one good one. That's why they started marrying commoners 50 years ago.
Yeah.
They said, gee, the genetic experts tell us this is why most of our family are complete lunatics.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to, I am so mad from what he said right there. Not here, but what he's fixing to say. I'm just so mad. I forgot to tell you the most important part of what I just interrupted for. Difference in the royalty being inbred and just anybody else being inbred. They're inbred to keep their genes, to keep their stock, so they could stay royal or whatever. You know, they're inbred by choice. Okay. And let me tell you something. I've lived here all my life, and I know very, 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 very few people that are supposed to be inbred. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be. Hearsay. You can't, you know what I'm saying? But, again, these royalty people are inbred by choice, okay? Common people are not inbred by choice. You can't help what your mommy does, okay? You can't help what their parents does. You can't help that, folks. And I'm not offending being inbred or inbreeding or anything like that. I'm just I'm just I'm just defending Appalachian Americans, okay? Um, and you'll see why. You're gonna see why.
There's a headline in the New York Times. Saudi Arabia awakens to the perils of inbreeding. They awakened to it in 2003. They also just awakened to not wiping their rear end with their hands. I mean, I'm not against anybody. I'm just saying. Jones is racist again, saying many Muslims are inbred. No.
Again, who cares what people wipe their butts with? Okay, I don't. What does that son of a bitch right there wipe his butt with? Does somebody wipe it for him? I mean, come on, man. He talks like Muslims take their bare hand and wipe their ass. I mean, listen, if that's what they do, that's their business, okay? I'm not shaking no Muslim's hand. I don't know no Muslims. I'm the furthest thing from a Muslim. When I get down on my knees and pray, it ain't to Muhammad, it ain't to Allah, it ain't to nothing like that. And let me tell you something. Christians and Muslims do not worship the same God. They do not. Let me tell you something. Our God is not a God of 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 hatred. Okay? Our God is not a God of death. Okay? Our God is a God of life. Our God is our creator. Our God he don't tell us to go out and kill people like he did in the Old Testament. And those weren't even people, okay? Those were how you say, the mighty men of renown, quote, to quote the Bible, okay? That's what the Canaanites were, okay? That's what they were. They were, these angels came down from heaven uh, when they rebelled against God, and come down on Mount Hermon, took up earth women as their wives, and they had babies with them, okay? And that's where you get the little G God and the big G God. Or the little G gods and big G God. Okay? And Allah, that's not our God. He's a false god. You heard me. Just like Muhammad was a false prophet. Let's get back to this video.
It's a fact, Jack. Arranged marriages. And then you want to know who your daughter marries, so she marries a first cousin. And then you do it over and over and over. And pretty soon, your mom is your sister.
You're doing it with your mommy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your mom, say it again. Your mom is your sister.
Yeah. Tell
Your
us.
mom. Oh, that's very common.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
mom
yeah.
is your sister. And then you wonder why your eyes are pointing different directions, literally, and why you're whacked out of your mind, and why you want to kill everybody. Because you're like a breeded dog you see just drooling on the side of the street. They go, look at my hybrid dog. And I go, yeah, I see a mentally retarded animal. Look at this mentally. Let's put him up on screen. A vicious, psychotic, inbred ISIS. Look at that guy. Look at that demon. Oh, and he just culturally enriched. Again, it's a cucking for the left. They, leftists in their homes across the nation last night, weren't just making apologies like Jake Tapper saying it's beautiful. But a lot of them, you can better believe, were engaging in self-flagellation. And I'm not joking when I say that. They love this. The fact that the left can bring in millions of these people with their eyes pointing from the inbreeding. But totally psychotic, always believe they're God, like a lot of other seriously inbred, mentally retarded people. But then inbreeding creates psychosis numbers. So it's not just the religion, folks, it's the inbreeding. Armies of inbred psycho killers. Zombo, psycho, inbred, Muslim hillbillies attacking. Everybody knows areas of the Appalachia where some people are inbred. You don't mess with those people. They'll kill you in 2 seconds because they're inbred, folks. They're crazy. Imagine if there was 1 billion Appalachians in the world and half of them were inbred and psychotic, and they're just literally raining them down on us. Excuse me. I just got to tell you like it is. Stop these visas from unvetted countries. This guy had terror ties.
Now I'm going to tell you something, folks. Alex Jones don't know nothing about Appalachia, okay? He don't know nothing. All he knows about Appalachia is deliverance, okay? Kentucky. There was more counties in Kentucky that was red probably than any other state in the country. I think Kentucky has 110 counties, maybe 120. I forget. I'm thinking it's 110 to 120. I forget exactly. It's those numbers are kind of rough, but that's pretty accurate. I don't think Hillary won one county in Kentucky. In fact, that's why that I chose that photo for the podcast up on my YouTube channel tonight. Yeah, folks, this is Trump country, okay? And listen, I didn't vote for Trump because Alex Jones told me to. I wasn't even going to vote for Trump. When I first heard that Trump was running, I thought it was just another gimmick, okay? I'm not going to lie. This was, I don't know, I'm going to say December 2015. I don't remember when he even said he was going to run for sure. I forget, to be exact. But I can remember there was just snow on the ground, and like get out in a car or nothing. There was so much snow on the ground, and I live in the hills, folks. Okay, and there's a highway right to my house and stuff like that. But when the weather's bad, the weather's bad, and this is Buffalo Mountain, and this is one of the highest elevations probably in the county. Okay, it snows. It snows here and on Pine Mountain probably before it snows anywhere in this neck of the woods. Okay, now I can remember distinctly walking down the road thinking about Donald Trump running for president and just you know making little jokes up in my head like making fun of it. Just what a joke that is. What a joke Donald Trump is running for president. Okay, and I I thought I thought that Hillary fucking pretty much hacked him. I'm not I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth because I I ain't got a crooked bone in my body really when it comes to telling you a lie or getting up here and running my mouth about stuff I don't know nothing about like Mr. Jones talking about good, honest, hard-working Americans who have been have been the biggest victims of the Obama administration out of out of out out of the whole 8 years, folks. We I think that we suffered harder in the country. Okay, I'm going. I know that's a pretty outrageous claim. I realize that. But let me tell you something. They ain't nobody watching this video probably that's had to endure what I've had to endure. Okay, I I have it rough. I'm not kidding. Okay, I don't have a job. If I'm lucky, I get to do an odd job here or there. I pretty much just get by any way I can get by. Okay, and I worked. I've worked, and I would be working right now if I could. Trust me, I've put in 20 job applications in the past 5 months or 6. Maybe more than that. I don't know. But I ain't had no luck. But anyway, when I found out that Trump was running for president, I thought that was a joke, folks. But then, like, I started hearing everybody talk about how bad Hillary actually was. And I mean, I know that she wasn't the best person in the world, and I know she was corrupt and all that, but you know, Obama was backing her, and I hadn't heard a thing that Trump had said about the economy. I hadn't fully researched everything that Obama had ever done up until that point, and that was when I started. I knew that like Obama, I feared, I kind of feared for everybody around me what time Obama was in office. Okay, in a way, but after after I saw what was really going on, oh my God, it scared me even more. And I couldn't wait to see him get out of office. All these rumors on Facebook, oh he ain't gonna step down. He's gonna stay in office. People just talking out of their butts like I didn't like that guy. And I'm educated folks, I know better. People you you gotta leave the White House when your term is up, or if you serve 2 terms, hey, you can't just say, oh, I call dictator dibs, party over here. Look, y'all. But he has no business saying that stuff. He could have sat there, Muslims being inbred, or whoever. He could have said anything, man. I'm here talking about it right now, okay? But let me tell you something. My dad didn't give me $1 million. You know that? K Dauber, he wasn't no dentist. He wasn't no doctor. He wasn't no lawyer. Um, my daddy worked at the lumber mill. My daddy on construction work and just whatever he could, okay, all his life, okay. And my daddy done what he could for me. And my daddy still does for me right to this day. As hard as it is for me to sit here and tell you about this, but it's the truth. And you know what? I don't I don't want to be affiliated with Infowars. I'm never watching that show again. Um, I'm boycotting it. Okay, I'm doing it just like the NFL. Hey, I ain't watched a single game this year. That's hard to believe. Anybody that knows me, they know that Alex Morgan is the biggest NFL fan that ever lived in this neck of the woods. Okay, I have watched more NFL games probably than anybody I know. Okay, and I know more about the game. I know more about the league history than anybody around here. And let me say something. When you put down Americans, when you put down good, hard working people, down Kentucky, when you put down Appalachia, you're putting me down. You're putting my family down. Putting everybody around me down. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, Alex Jones, about Kentucky. You don't know about Appalachians. And to go on that and use your so-called platform to compare us to that, but you expect us to show, you expect us to buy your products right on. Hey, I won't buy another GD thing from you as long as I live. And let me tell you something. You made a big mistake saying that right there. I don't care how mad you was. I don't care. That ain't no excuse. That is no excuse. You should be taken off the airwaves. Um, in fact, until I hear an apology, which I won't. I mean, it's not like any of my videos are gonna go viral or anything like that, because for one, there's a block on it, and two, y'all just don't know people that is on my social media platforms. Okay, y'all just don't know them like I know them. This has zero chances of going viral, and you think I'm up here trying to make this go viral and get paid for being on YouTube? No, this ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay, this is all about being awake. And let me ask Let me ask you something. I don't care how you are. There's no possible way that anybody could have foreseen 9/11 without somebody having inside information. Okay, that's common knowledge. Okay, he's no psychic. Let me tell you something. If anything, I would say that he's a CIA member. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Um, he sits and talks about, oh, how his family is so deeply involved with the CIA and da 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 da, and I know this and I know he ain't nothing but a spokesmouth for him. Okay, truth's the truth, and for all I know, it's all a big sham. Okay, like everything. I'm actually beginning to think it's all a big sham, and like all of these people that's supposed to be like real actual people, I don't even know if they are or not anymore. You know that because of stuff like this. Um, Anybody with any common sense would know better than to say something like that about Americans. About Americans, okay? I live as deep in the hollers as you can get, and I don't know one inbred person that is a psycho killer that he is referring to. Okay, and let me tell you something. I've been all over Tennessee. I've been all over Appalachia. I've been all over North Carolina, Virginia. I've almost been to Washington D.C. and I guess I've known a few. I've known a few murderers. Okay, when I think about it, now that I think about it, yeah, I've known quite a few murderers, but not nothing like what he's talking about. Um, and I know people that's. I went to school with a boy that killed a whole family with a crossbow. He's in jail right now. I ain't gonna say his name, but I went to school with him. I used to talk to him all the time. But you know, I wouldn't go as far out to say that he was inbred or anything like that. You know, but Alex Jones has no right to say anything about Appalachians. Nothing. Zero. Um, and I'm gonna get off. Well, no, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and contact John because I promised him that I'd get him on tonight. John's been deeply bothered by this, and I'm gonna go ahead and get him on if he's ready. So if I can get him. Can't be reached. Well, that's no good. I told him 5 minutes. But I've been so tore up, folks, over that. It's like, okay, here's how it is. When I build up a trust with somebody, that person for the rest of my life, okay? till that person gives me a reason not to. When I don't trust you at first. I really don't trust you for the first 6 months or 8 months, probably. Much. You gain a little trust with me each time you have a dealing with me, I guess. But um, I'm not going to be put down, folks. I'm just not. Hey, you on there, bub? What's up?
Hey, what's going on? Alex Morgan Show, not much. Sitting here at work.
I heard that.
What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. I've been sitting here ranting a little bit and a little bit tore up. I'm sorry I took a little bit too long.
Do what?
I've been sitting here ranting a little bit and a little bit tore up. Sorry I took a little long. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you too good, really. No.
It's probably this damn computer.
You got a good connection.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably just this computer.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah. What was you talking about now?
Just like what you called what you messaged me about. Yeah, what you messaged me about earlier. That's had me pretty tore up. I know you're tore up too.
Oh, Alex Jones. Yeah, I can't believe him. I was waiting for him. Um, Okay, but not all Appalachian people were bad. But no, he just went on a freaking rant like all Appalachian. He said Appalachian, which is, the same damn thing. I guess that's how he says it. He says all Appalachian people are inbred and crazy and will kill you. That's how they are.
That's pretty much what he said.
Comparing to us, he didn't just say some of us, he said the whole squad. I don't know if he meant to, I don't know, but he said it, and he said, and he was comparing us to terrorists, these radical Muslim extreme terrorists. And I think he owes the Appalachian an apology, because I've always been a big fan, and I've bought several products from Infowars.com.
Hey.
I don't even feel like giving no airtime with that, but he definitely better bring an apology, or he's going to lose a lot of fans.
I tell you what, man.
He probably already has. I think he's already lost me. I don't know yet, but
I know he lost me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll never watch that show. I'll never buy another. I won't buy a piece of bubble gum off them people.
Yeah, even a lot of people on the Patriot side, some of the shit he says is crazy anyway.
Yeah, man, I know. He says stuff like that all the time, but man, I can't help it. Like, just like I said on the show right then, like he sat and talked about people having sex with their mommy all the way up to that point. Like, and then he was talking about the royalty being inbred, and like the difference in people like that and ordinary people, like they're inbred by choice. And people that's brought into this world, man, they don't have nothing to do with what their mommies and daddies does, and they don't. You know what I'm saying, dude? I don't even know anybody that's really inbred. John, how deep?
Yeah.
How deep do we live in
I
Appalachia?
know.
Tell these people how far we live.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they may be some, but I mean, they may not be none. I mean, that's something that I'm not worried about. I mean, because that's just something to occupy your mind from what's really going on behind the curtain.
Yeah, man.
So I don't worry about that. But I mean, but it's yeah, that is. I mean, that is bull crap, man. He shouldn't have said that. I mean, I was hardcore follower. I mean, and you get a bad name for listening to him and following him, anyways. Not just from the leftists, but from I mean a lot of conservative and libertarian people as well.
Let me tell you what I think he is. I think he ain't nothing but a character. He ain't nothing but a CIA man himself. You know that?
You know what? Yeah, and I've been coming to a realization with myself and my life, and I've been working on a lot of things, man. To be honest with you, in my personal life, to get everything in line, to to be a better man to myself and to my family and to my country. But I mean, that's besides the point. And I think I'm taking everything serious. Every little thing I consider a sign or a revelation. And hearing him say that is God telling me not to listen to this man.
That's exactly right.
That's the way I see it. I think he's a phony. And I listen to, other people. I still may listen to Roger Stone and, who's that one guy? That other guy that's Michael.
Michael Savage.
Yeah, Savage Nation, baby.
Dude, listen.
I listen to, and I've been listening to a lot of I've been listening to a lot of motivational stuff, man. And Joe Rogan has some cool guests on there, and
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I've been trying to get out of the political. My head's out of the political cloud, man, because after a while, man, it just fucking gets to you. Excuse my language, but when you have so much shit going on, and then I mean that's what they want you. They want you to feel worried. They want you to feel paranoid. They want you to be all the time depressed, uptight. That's what the shadow government and the powers and the elite, they want us to be slaves. We're slaves to the system, whether we realize it or not. We're dependent on them. And how dare Alex Jones try to discredit the people of Appalachia through his rhetoric. His mask, he has been unmasked. The mask is off.
It is off. That's exactly right, John. You said that well, brother.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I think everything happens for a reason. Like like God has a way of showing you how people really are, whether they even know that they're unmasking themselves or not. And yeah, you're 100%
He probably he'll go back and be like, oh my God, what did I say? But you could tell in his tone by the way he said it that he really hated
He meant it.
people.
He meant
don't
it.
they say that they're gonna lose fucking a lot of fucking, money from people just buying products because they got some killer shit. And they really do.
John,
I mean that fucking X2 I mean, I used to take it religiously.
John,
Some good stuff.
I want to tell you something. I ain't knocking their products, but do a little shopping around. Like that DNA Force, it's $180 a bottle, man. 180 bucks, like 60 pills, 60 pills. And you can get the same thing at Walmart for like $10, but it's like half the strength. I mean, really. I'm not even kidding.
I've been wanting.
Yeah, well, I'm not knocking a lot of the products, but I am knocking the prices, and they want you to buy their product products and listen to their show every day, and man, I'm not listening to it no more. I'm not buying nothing. I ain't bought nothing.
I'm gonna comment and contact him or comment on something so somebody, either him or the people in InfoWars, know how that. I mean, fuck. I mean, we might even start a boycott InfoWars movement. I mean, shit. I'm just. I stopped listening to the show. I stopped listening to the show, man.
I did
I
too.
was tore up, man. I was triggered like one of these damn snowflakes, man.
You don't say stuff like that, man. You can tell by the tone of his voice that he meant what he said. Okay.
Yeah, he fucking got off, man. He got off saying it. He's like, them Appalachian people, they're inbred and they'll kill you.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to morph into the fucking Dragon Ball Z thing or something. He had so much fucking energy coming from him when he said that.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you something. He is the.
Motherfucker's a gag. I've been cussing a lot. Excuse me.
You're cool, man. I don't care. Listen, it's okay. Listen, half of what he says, man, is disinformation. Okay, and you can pretty much prove it just if you do every bit of research, really. And then that's what makes me think. That's what makes me think he's CIA. And he's all the time talking about like how his family is in deep ties with the CIA and this and that, and motherfucker predicted 9/11, dude. Who predicts 9/11? Think about that. You nobody that could predict something like that, unless I was gonna go hijack 3 airplanes. You never know. You know what I'm fucking saying? Hey, but. You know, you're just supposed to be duh 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 and watch that show every day, and man, I'm telling you, he ain't nothing but a spokesmouth. He
tells you all the tricks, how they do all these subconscious tricks through the TV and shows and you know with their foods and water shit, but half of that probably ain't even true, but overall, he's always had a good message, and for the most part, I mean, I agree, there is a war, there is an information war between the right and the left, and there is an information war between, John. I hate to say this, but I think there's something we'll talk about, but I'll get to that in a second, but I think they're in a war against the white male. They want to exterminate us, man.
They do.
I really fucking do.
They do.
They want to get rid of that fucking male.
They do.
They're sick of it.
They do. Think about it.
They want to feminize men and fuck men's minds up with all this weird shit. And, you know.
Listen to this.
We're not perfect.
Tell me. You tell me somebody that's less professional than Alex Jones, who's on over 100 radio stations. Now, can you tell me one person that's that unprofessional and is on that many different stations? And
I don't know. Are you talking about yourself?
No. I'm just saying he is very, very unprofessional, dude. He lacks.
Oh yeah.
Really. Like as good a message as he brings, you know, or supposedly brings. How could you be that good and turn around and say something that bad, man? Look at the staff. Look, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look,
other than Texas,
look at the
places like this.
Texas is fucking Democratic.
Patriots are. I guarantee you.
He done did. Yeah, he did. There ain't nobody gonna sit and let somebody put them down.
I hope. Hey, you know what we need to do? If somebody don't come up with a video of his clip and get him fucking saying that and post it, make it go viral.
I got it. It's on this. I mean,
oh, it is. Oh, fuck, hell yeah.
That's what took
Okay.
me so long to get you on. I played that and I'd play a minute and then I'd go off for about 5 minutes and then I'd play it for another minute and then go off for about 10 more. Hey, that pissed me off, John.
Yeah.
I was kind of skeptical at first and I was like,
me too.
I was like giving him the benefit of the doubt and I'm like, man, hey, you just don't say stuff like that. That he didn't say like 1 or 2 hillbillies was inbred. He's like,
Yeah.
he said imagine like 10 billion hillbillies and half of them inbred and yeah, man, just like I started to tell you.
There was no. It was so clear about what he said. There's no denying. He can't go back and say,
No.
oh, you know.
Yeah,
I was just meant to say, just not all of it, man. Just a few.
Yeah. No. Dude, I don't care.
So that tells me, you know what that tells me? He's with them. He's with the deep powers. He's with the deep state. And you know, all he is illusion to get people like us.
Exactly.
I think to hypnotize us. Put us in the about that, man. But
it's for the people.
Think about it. Somebody told me a long time ago that we used to be an Alex Jones fan. They said, man, he comes from the same Illuminati. He's in the Illuminati himself because while he's waving one hand, there's something else is going on with the other hand, and he lures you in with that American pride message, and then he just keeps feeding you and feeding you and feeding you, and then his true colors will show tonight. I don't know if he's Illuminati or deep state, but he's in with the fucking people he's in the so-called information war with, which there is one, but it's all distraction. It's all been premeditated. They want a civil war. They want civil unrest. They want martial law. What have you heard about that before? Antifa bullshit.
Yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming.
So what? Let's talk about. Have you talked about that any lately?
No, man. I ain't done a show in a month. Like, I got very broke last month. I couldn't even pay for my websites. I managed to pay for. I paid for my podcast and I didn't even use it, man. I was so depressed. And then like that Vegas shooting happened, and I wasn't even in shock so bad. Like when it first happened, I wasn't even near as in shock as I was after I started watching all those YouTube videos and stuff, man. There was several shooters there, undeniably.
That was a fuck. That set up if I ain't ever seen one.
And it does, John. That was people just like us, man.
Yeah.
At a music festival.
Did what now?
That was people just like us, man, at a music festival. Shot down and killed. Just like.
Oh, yeah. At a country music concert, the Patriots. So I admitted that was their job. What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. I tell you what I think. I think it's so big that they won't even tell you how big it is. Because there was more shootings in Las Vegas than one that night, okay? There was several shootings. There was like 13 ambulances at Hooters or somewhere, and they were like reporting that they was hauling bodies out left and right, like somebody just come in there and killed everybody. But you know, you don't hear nobody talking about it or nothing.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. I'll have to look into that. I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yep. Crazy shit, man. I don't know what the fuck.
It's coming to the point where you don't even know who to trust in the media.
All InfoWars is, though, it's disinformation for people that's starting to wake up. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, people that's starting to wake up will watch that and think that they're, being informed and all this. Man, there ain't nobody that could know all that stuff, okay? Think about it. When it comes to like investigating all this stuff, how many resources could one person have? Think about that. And like all these people works for him. He probably employs like what, 100, whatever, and all time hollering. I want to start a new podcast and da 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 da. Think about that, man.
Yeah.
Think about that. That takes money, man.
Yeah, and every time you try to watch a show of him, he's fucking advertising. They're advertising some fucking supplement, life-saving supplement, snake oil bullshit. Which I did like that iodine. It did work for me for a little bit.
Oh man, that iodine's good. I ain't knocking it or nothing. I'm just saying like.
But about everything else is fucking crock of shit. That caveman seemed to kind of be all right, but I mean, I don't think it was a big. I mean, you could definitely get the same kind of stuff cheaper in Walmart or somewhere like that.
I'd say you could, or for sure somewhere like GNC or, huh?
Hold on, I'm gonna put these headphones in and see if you can still hear me.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I hear you good. You hear me?
You can hear me.
Yeah.
You can hear me good.
Yeah, let me turn you down a little bit. You're loud. Talk.
Okay.
Okay, we turn you up. Talk.
Okay.
Keep talking.
What about now?
That's good right there.
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay, a little bit. Right there.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Oh.
Now here's what we do, John. We come together and we come up with something better than that, okay? There ain't nobody that can outdo us. There ain't, okay? All he is somebody that's been, he's a made man, okay? And we can do better than that.
Right.
We can outdo that, man. And listen, how can you support Donald Trump and put down one of the biggest regions in the country that voted for him? If not for this if not for this part of the country, he would not have won the election. Now, think about that.
You can't just right. Now that.
I can't help it, man. That's just, you gotta call them on their BS.
Yeah, I had to let you know, man, about that.
I'm glad you did.
So this is the first show you've done in a while?
This is the first show I've done in a month, man.
Wow, how about that?
I've been wanting to do one for a week or two. My girlfriend, she's been real sick and yeah, she's got a lot of homework and yeah, I've had a hard time here lately. Really have.
I'm sorry, man. I hope she gets better. I pray for her.
She is getting better. She's got a lot better here in the last week. She's had she's had some infection and it's been pretty bad.
Damn. I hate to hear that, man.
I thought she was going to have
Well, I'm
surgery.
glad she's getting. Really? I'm glad she's getting better, though.
Yeah, me too, man. I've been praying and all this.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I've kind of been going through a rough time in other ways. I don't want to really get into it on the air. But,
That's cool, man. That's cool.
But I mean, it's something every single dad goes through. I mean, let's just talk. I mean, that's all I'll say.
It is every day.
And I've just been doing stuff, man, to learn how to cope with everything. And I mean, I've been running a lot more. And
that's good, man. Exercise.
I write shit down. I don't care. Let everybody judge me.
That's good.
I've been keeping a diary. Man, a journal.
That's good.
I write down everything. That, hell, it might save somebody's life or help them. I write down everything that's me. I write my mood. I write how I feel, how I felt about that. And then every day I get a little index card and I set me 3 goals to do that day. You know, whether it's pray, meditate, I have daily goals I do every day. I pray, meditate, run, and try to learn something informative. So, I mean, it's just simple shit. It's simple shit, but I've been listening to these podcasts, man, and I've been doing it, and you can control your life a lot better if you're struggling. And the thing about life, why is life worth living if you're not going to struggle? In order to grow and in order to be able to handle things, you got to learn how to overcome the struggle, man. And I've just been listening to a lot of good shit on these podcasts. I see Cameron, something, other Haynes.
I don't listen to that.
And then this one guy, the School of Greatness, something Hal. I'll look it up and I'll look it up right
now. Okay, just send me a link.
This one guy, I'll give you the number to the Joe Rogan show. This one guy, and he's a bow hunter.
Yeah.
He hunts and shit, and he fucking runs these ultra marathons. He's a stud runner. He runs way more. He runs a marathon a day. So this guy is my new hero, and fuck it. I mean, if you want to be great, if you want to reach your goals, and there's somebody better than you, I'll admit it. I mean, if that's what it takes to aspire to somebody, hell, I might aspire some kid to run. He might win the Olympics someday.
That's exactly right.
People talk shit about me, I ain't gonna lie. They can say and judge how they will, whether they want to admit it or not. I'm a fucking inspiration to this county and this city of Hyde.
That's right.
And subconsciously, me running, maybe I want to, show other people, hey, this is how I deal with my shit. Maybe this might work for you. Maybe it'll help you.
That's right.
Might save your life.
That's right, John. Exercise is, there's nothing unhealthy about exercise, whether it's physically or mentally or whatever. Exercise is awesome.
It's scientifically proven, man. The thing about exercise, it just makes me my emotional, physical, mental. When you exercise, you ain't gotta run. You can lift weights, play ball. I mean, you can get up the mountains.
Yeah, man.
Better exercise, and I encourage everyone out there listening to go hike these trails. They opened up a trailhead up here in Hospital called the Morgan Biggerstaff Trailhead.
Yeah.
And it goes from top of Hospital Hill, where that place burnt down, all the way back around Spurs, 2 miles. And there's 2 trails, walk and mountain bike, I think. And I encourage everyone to.
I knew there was a trail.
Hell, I encourage you to go to the game reserve. That's the best part too. Themselves, there's so many things they could do there.
Oh man, I cut my teeth over here in this game reserve. Oh God. You don't believe that, do you?
You live right there.
I live right there right now, yeah.
Dude, don't believe what now?
I said I cut my teeth over there, man.
Don't believe what?
I cut my teeth over there.
You come out what?
I said I cut my teeth over in the game reserve.
Oh, shit.
I did, man. Raised over there, man. Sure was. I was raised over there running
That's
at
what it's
her,
all about.
running at her them old dogs every night and
Shit,
day
man.
and stuff, hey.
Hell, man, that's awesome, man. I feel like, but I hate to run, man, but I gotta go make a round. It's like 3 o'clock.
You're alright.
I just gotta go make her. I gotta make a round real quick. You gonna be on the air for a while?
Not long. Maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Message me.
It's probably about how long ago?
Message me later or
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah.
one. We need to get together, man, and like come up with some ideas and like do some stuff. Like,
Oh man, we can.
I want to make some new websites and come out with some new products to sell on there, man. That was my biggest problem, was like not selling enough stuff to even break even most of the time. And I think we could just do a lot better if we, work together and stuff.
Yeah, that's right, man. There's strength in numbers, that's for sure.
And man, they right now it's the time to strike. The iron is hot right now. What pants down and was talking out of his ass with his foot in his mouth. Hey, the time to act is now.
That's right, brother.
But I'll talk to you later, man. Be careful over there.
Alright, homie. I'll keep them safe. Keep all the nursing students safe up here, all the lovely ladies.
That's right, son. LFNS. I'll see you.
Alright, man. Shout out. Good, bro.
See you. And that was Mr. John Wooten, the biggest InfoWars fan in my neck of the neighborhood. He is brokenhearted after hearing Alex Jones stick his foot in his mouth and talk about us the way he did. That's uncalled for, people. That's very, very, very unprofessional. I take that back, folks. Hillary did win 2 counties. It looks like she won, I'm not for sure, but I'm going to say Fayette County and whatever county that is. I'm thinking that's Bath County, maybe. I'm not for sure. She did win 2 counties, it looks like. I didn't even think she won that many. But you see right there on my screen for TV viewers or later viewers or whatever. But, man, that was very, very, very uncalled for. Very, very, very unprofessional. I'm not gonna let him get away with that. Okay, at least not responsibly, or not you know face to face. I'm not gonna listen to that no more. When it comes to politics and shows, I'm just gonna stick to good old shows like Michael Savage and maybe a little Rush here and there. I don't know. I'm not big on Joe Rogan. I'm not a fan of his. But I do support podcasters, and I have listened to Joe Rogan on occasion, but not in recent months. Joe's just not political enough for me, for one thing. He's got a pretty good message. He's got great guests, but yeah, other than that, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. Um, I wanted to talk about music tonight. Um, I wanted to talk about Paul Manafort. I actually wanted to play Stephen Colbert's monologue from last night, where he pretty much verbally got off during his opening monologue, talking about Paul Manafort and the what Mr. Panopoulos or whatever his name was also arrested. And they keep trying to act like that this is part of the Russia investigation. This is part of the Trump collusion investigation. This is all tied into Russia when nobody colluded with the Russians but the damn Democrats. Okay, now I got two words for you, and that's uranium one, baby. Okay, um, I've known that for a year. I've been telling y'all about that for the last year. All of a sudden, it's news on Hannity, but I've been telling y'all that for a year right here, okay? And that was just common knowledge. Um, I can remember when that happened. I can remember that being downplayed in the news. I can remember. Very little was said about that in the news. And it seems I've been doing a lot of thinking about that too here lately. Like, it seems that there you got two different types of law, no matter which no matter which agency you're talking about, no matter which station, which county you're in, which state you're in, when you're talking about state police or county police, you pretty much got two different kinds in every branch, in every agency, law enforcement agency, what have you. And that's you've got you've got the good and you've got the bad. And you might ask yourself, okay, if Hollywood's as bad as what they're turning out to be, then how are they continuing to get away with all these crimes, all this pedophilia? How are people carrying signs in the streets that says no pedo bashing? Or, man, there ain't nobody that can tell me not to bash pedos. Uh, Let me tell you something. Sex with a little kid is not right. Okay, it's not right. There's no way that it could be consentful. Um, a child is a child. A child don't know what love is. Okay, a child, the only love a child knows is what it receives from its family, from its mommy and daddy. Okay, that's the love that a child knows. And yet you're allowed to have these foundations like NAMBLA or whatever, and what's his name? House of Cards. Fucking old Peter Sucker. What's his name? What's his name? Kevin Spacey. Yeah, yeah. Seth MacFarlane can make a joke from back in 2003 or 2005 with Stewie running through a shopping mall with no pants or shirt on saying, help me, I've escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement. And then he can just come out 10 years later and say, hey, I'm going to live life as a gay man. I tried to have sex with a 14-year-old boy. Ha ha. You know? Just like, no big deal, whatever. But if that was me, if I just came out and said, hey, I raped a kid, why, the FBI would be knocking on my door. They'd be wanting my hard drive. They'd be checking it for child pornography and all this. Hey, man, there's crazy stuff in this world. Don't think that they ain't. And just because they say something is one way, that don't mean it's like that, okay? Now ask yourself, how come that this stuff is allowed to happen? How come that people like Hillary Clinton can do all this, and hell, she can run for president. She can almost get elected. She pretty much had it in the bag, and all we done was pull a little upset. I mean, it was rigged, folks, the whole time. The primaries were rigged. The delegates, the super delegates, they didn't have an election in Colorado. 6% of the Democrats voted for Hillary in the primaries. 6%. Do you see what a joke that the Democratic Party is? Not only the Democrats, the Republicans are an even bigger joke, because not only are they following a total manufactured dossier, which makes you sound so intellectual and smart because you know a French word and you can say hey and sound so hip and sophisticated and blah blah blah. Not not only did the Democrats make it up, or no, they didn't make it up. They paid $9 to $13 million for somebody to make it up. That Donald Trump went to Russia and stayed in the hotel where Obama stayed, and in the middle of the night he decides to pick up the phone and call some Russian hookers to come over to his room and just piss in Obama's bed. God, that's so sexy. And you mean to tell me you can type it out, you can print it out on a piece of paper and present it as intelligence, and we're supposed to believe it? And that's the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my life. Donald Trump, a well-educated, greatly successful, um, very rich businessman who has had multiple women, both of American and Eastern European descent, and he's been married 3 or 4 times. Donald Trump ain't no stranger to the finest piece of tail on the planet, man. Okay, Donald Trump has been there. I would say, if he wanted to, he's been there. Okay, it don't matter. And shortly after the Hollywood whatever grab 'em by the puss tape was released, both the Democrats and the Republicans, they immediately began to see that the usual stuff, it don't work on Trump like it does other people, like it has traditionally. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing but a big bunch of Democratic BS that they're supposed to try to pull off right here in front of us. Meanwhile, you have members of the party fully supporting it, fully believing it. Um, that makes them just as bad, if not worse. Because if they don't believe it, they want to believe it. They want to pass it off as the truth. I've read the email that I got from Mitch McConnell a few months ago on this broadcast. I think about twice. I've even posted it a time or two. I think. Um, they believed it. They wanted to pass it off as the truth. They wanted me to believe that my president was a treasonous SOB. Okay, they wanted me to believe that, and and Mitch McConnell told me that this was how did he put that, at the top of the list for national security, something like that. When there wasn't nothing happened, it ain't nothing but made up bull, bull, bull. That's all it is. That's all it is. And they got Paul Manafort. They're gonna drag him through the dirt. And they're gonna try to make him make up stuff on Donald Trump, and that's what this is about. And like putting into the public's mind that this is an ongoing investigation, and there was collusion with Donald Trump, and they're wanting to overthrow the election. They're wanting to discredit us, folks. Okay, and this is more reason for us to tear up the midterms. Okay, if we don't get rid of these Democrats, these so-called liberals, these leftists, these radicals, they got no place. They serving in public office. Okay, that's the last place that these people needs to be. They've took down enough of our statues. They have done nothing. They have done no good legislation for us. They have, including the Republican establishment, they have lobbied against us. They have legislated against us. for decades, folks. Okay? If you don't vote for regular people, if you don't run for office against these people, if you don't put your money, your family's money, if you don't put it on line, hey, you don't deserve to live in this country. Okay? That's just the way it is, and I'm going to stick my neck out there, and I'm going to say that. Okay? I know that's pretty outrageous and stuff. I realize that, but I got to, because listen, I got God telling me that I gotta fight. Okay, God's telling me that I gotta fight. I gotta fight every day if I want to live. I gotta fight. If I want a better life, I gotta fight. And there ain't nobody gonna run over me. There ain't nobody gonna run over me. I will say it one more time. There ain't nobody gonna run over me, and I will be successful. It don't matter if these YouTube videos ever amount to him to be successful. I'm going to succeed. Okay, I got this. I'm not worried. This is something that I do to connect with people, to maybe reach some of these young people. And hey, it's all common sense, folks. It really is. That's what politics is. It's people and it's common sense. Okay. All this lobbying, all that stuff, I want to see it come to an end. Not only am I calling for everybody in Appalachia and everybody that was offended in America by what Alex Jones said, I'm calling for all of us to boycott InfoWars financially. Um, Give me just a second. I gotta type a message. But yeah, we got to boycott InfoWars. I'm sorry to say that. That's sad, but it's the truth. But yeah, folks, we've got to fight these politicians, these establishment politicians, especially these Democrats, these liberals. Let me tell you something. Most of these liberals don't know who Saul Lewinsky is. Okay, they don't know their own program. Okay, that you can write that down. That's the truth. As Twilight Zone, as that may sound, these people don't know their own program. They don't know who invented what they believe in, which is nonsense. That is the truth, folks. That's the average liberal. Who Saul Lewinsky is, and I bet you they can't even tell you. But I'm sorry we didn't have no callers tonight. I did manage to get a guest, a pretty good guest on. Thank God. But that's about it, folks. I'm gonna have to jump off and let y'all go. It's been real. I hope that a lot of y'all agree with a lot of what I said. Whether you do or not, you've got you've got to agree that nobody should put down average Americans. Okay, I don't do that. As stupid as people are, I don't do that. Okay, I know how dumb people are. I know firsthand. And I ain't talking about everybody. I'm not saying that there's a billion mental retard, dummies out there. I'm not saying that for 1 second. No way, Jose. But folks, just be really careful what you believe, what you hear. Don't believe half of it, and question what you see. I know that much, folks. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Thanks for tuning in. I ain't gonna be no stranger no more like I have been. I'm sorry for the long time vacation, if you want to call it that I took, but I I can't help it, folks. But I'm back and I'm in black, and I love y'all. Peace out. Um, I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I want y'all to share my videos. Tell your friends. Follow me on social media. If you don't got gab.ai, go to your search bar, type it in, gab.ai, and sign up. This is the best social media in the world. They're all about free speech. That's their gimmick. Um, I love it more than Twitter. You meet more like-minded people on Gab than you will anywhere. Okay, and it's good common people who support your morals and your beliefs, and that hands down, these are the best people on social media, if you ask me. Um, Hands down, anywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Gab rules. Okay. I love y'all. Y'all should have called me. Put the number out there. I'll probably be back on tomorrow. just send me a email. You can send it to the Alex Morgan Show at gmail.com or alexmorgan9183 at gmail.com. You can message me on social media, whatever, folks. You can write me a letter if you want to. Send it 28135 Highway 421, Hyden, Hyden, Kentucky 41749. In care of Freedom Radio. I will get it and I will read it on the air if you would like, whatever. If you want to be a guest on the show, email me, let me know what you want to talk about. I'll get you on. I love y'all. I'll be thinking about you. I'll be praying